Is 90 years and 60 minutes. So what's the schedule for today? We'll start from a short lecture. I just want you to have a general background of the subject. From here, we'll go to the lobby, we'll talk about the design, we'll go to the first floor, we'll discuss the architecture, and the highlight, we'll see the two top suites, the suites where all these big shots stay, and the beautiful view from the rooftop, the spectacular Jerusalem. In the New York Times, there was an article, $1 million Jerusalem hotel overlooks biblical territory, and it goes. Times have changed in this biblical city for the new $1 million King Hotel was opened for Christmas guests today with the assertion that it is the best hostelry in the Near East. The question is, what was the reason to build such a luxurious, such an impressive structure here in the end of the 1920s? And here is the answer. We have here the following headlines. Allenby enters Jerusalem today, the holy city in British hands. 11th of December 1917, the beginning of the British Mandate. The British Mandate led to the economic growth, and wealthy people started to arrive to the area. Ma'am, are you making video?
Yeah.
Yeah. So leaders, people who were used to certain standards of service that didn't exist here in our area. Mosseri family in 1931 opened here King David Hotel with the best standards possible, management from Switzerland, chefs from Italy, waiters from Sudan, and all it looks and sounds good. The problem is that we're talking about an extremely challenging period. First of all, 1929, the Great Depression. And in addition, it was the time known in the history of the area as the Mandate Triangle. What's the Mandate Triangle? So here we have three angles. We have Arabs, British, and Jews, and a lot of tension. It was not safe here. Obviously there were not many visitors, and the hotel was not profitable. 1938, the British moved to the hotel. What were they looking for? 1938, the Second World War is about to start, and the British needed headquarters. The hotel was an ideal point, central location, plenty of office spaces. In front of the hotel there is a nice street convenient for the military parades. And since the British moved to the hotel, the Jews started to see the building as the symbol of the British power, and very soon it turns into target number one for the underground movements, and now we are getting to the explosion. 22nd of July, 1946, members of underground Jewish group Irgun entered the kitchen of L'Urgence restaurant disguised as cooks. Here in this illustration we see men in white. They carried milk cans filled with explosives. So in total there were 350 kilos of explosives that were planted in the kitchen of L'Urgence restaurant. And 25 minutes before the explosion, 3 warning calls were made. To the hotel switchboard, to the French consulate, and to the local newspaper, Palestine Post. Can you tell me what is the Palestine Post today? Palestine Post. So, despite the warning calls, the building was not evacuated, and as a result, 91 people died. So the painful question is, why wasn't the hotel evacuated? Until today, we can't say for sure. It's still an open question. Now I have a question for you. What Hollywood movie was filmed in the hotel? It's not an easy question. It's a movie from 1960. So we have at least 2 good reasons to talk about the Exodus. So first of all, the movie talks about what happened here in 1946, and in addition, a couple of beautiful scenes were filmed in the hotel. So the Exodus was filmed in 1960, and the IDF, Israeli Army, took very active part in the filming. So when in the movie we see British soldiers, these are in fact Israeli soldiers, British ships are Israeli ships, and at the premiere screening there was the first Prime Minister, David Ben-Gurion. At the premiere screening, there was this gentleman, a comedian, Mort Sahl, and the movie is very long, 3.5 hours. So at some point he just screamed to the director, "Let my people go." And we are getting that this lovely scene filmed at the terrace of the hotel when Paul Newman is